This winter, wear shoes you love without sacrificing comfort with Cushion Air. Explore the latest footwear trends with Cushion Air's line of designer-style boots, flats, sandals, sneakers, and more without the hefty price tag. Cushion Air shoes feature memory foam padded insoles and soft uppers that you'll want to wear everywhere. Discover the collection and find exclusive deals, plus free delivery at cushionair.com. That's Cushion, AIRE.com. Cushion Air, defined by comfort.
O ancestors, blacker than 1,000 midnights, African ancestors, it is to you that we, your children, give respect and honor. O ancestors, we call upon you and welcome you in this place. African ancestors, let your presence fill this place. O ancestors who have been purposely excluded from the history book so that the world may not know of your greatness. Our African ancestors who gave civilization to the world, our African ancestors who gave the arts to the world, our African ancestors who gave the sciences to the world, our African ancestors who gave literature to the world, our African ancestors who gave philosophy to the world, our African ancestors who gave medicine to the world, our African ancestors who gave God consciousness to the world. Oh, ancestors, we thank you for devoting your life to make a future for us, your children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. Now stand with us, strengthen us, guide us, teach us, and protect us from the snare of our enemies. Rise up, O African ancestors, and let our enemies be scattered, and give us the wisdom and the boldness to deal with our oppressors and those who would hinder the liberation and empowerment of our people. Rise up, O African ancestors, and live in us, and we will not be afraid to honor you. We will not be afraid to respect you. We will not be afraid to hear you, and we will not betray you. Ashe. Salvation Radio, Season 4, Podcast number 32. We'll be right back.
I'm an orange moon. I'm an orange moon, reflecting the light of the sun.
Today's date is Saturday, May 15th, 2021. Into Salvation Radio, Erica Badu.
Many nights he was alone. Many nights his life was too bright, so they turned away, and he stood alone every night and every day. Then he turned to me. He saw his reflection in me. Then he smiled at me when he turned to me. Then he said to me, I bright, 'cause I reflect the light of my sun. I praise the day he turned my way and smiled at me. He gets to smile
Mental Salvation Radio. Thank y'all for tuning in to another installment of Mental Salvation Radio. I'm your host, Enoch 7 Prophet, and this is season 4, episode 31. And we're just coming off the heels. Well, I'm just coming off the heels of celebrating Mental Salvation Radio 1 year anniversary on Wow U Radio. So that's www.wow, the letter U, radio.net. And she was so gracious to allow Mental Salvation Radio to come back on the airwaves. Now come back to her, bring my platform to her platform. Basically, did Mental Salvation Radio in 2006. I stopped. You guys should know this story. I've told it probably several times, but just for those new listeners out there, I was doing Blog Talk Radio 2006. It was called Mental Salvation Radio on Blog Talk Radio. I stopped doing Blog Talk Radio because they were deleting some of my shows. You know, I was talking about a lot of heavy topics, and it was deleting some of those shows. Then I took a hiatus. Then I came back at the beginning of the pandemic, or the plandemic, however you want to put it. But I came back to the airwaves, and came back in May the 8th last year. That was my first show. May 8th. And I was going into Mother's Day. So I was basically, doing Mother Day show on a Saturday at 12 p.m. So, so we brought that back. So now we're here 1 year in the platform Mental Salvation Radio being on Wow Radio. But I have been doing radio since, been doing podcast stuff since 2006. And, so we did a, so we want to come back and do a anniversary show. You know, have a few guests in mind, and we definitely want to come back and do some video with it, so it can be on Instagram, Facebook, you know, wherever, or you can watch. Oh, and YouTube, definitely. Also, if you want to listen to more Mental Salvation Radio past shows, and you want to listen to other podcast shows on Wow Radio, just tap into the interwebs, www.wow, the letter U, radio.net, and it takes you to our home screen. It takes you to our home page, right? Also, if you want to get directly into Mental Salvation Radio, it would be wowuradio.net/M as in Mary, S as in Sam, R as in Rebellion. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio.
Free the masses, no preservatives, all natural, classic material.
Stop polluting the airwaves.
Free the masses.
Polluting the airwaves.
Free the masses, no preservatives, all natural, classic material.
Feed them wonton soup. Free the masses.
Classic material. No swine when I dine. No pork on my fork, no MSG in my rhyme. Prepare all foods for your mind. We make the blind see how unhealthy the music can be. Polluting the airways with propaganda. Damage the body in so many ways. how we became slaves in a corrupt system. They be cooking like chefs in the kitchen, making us bow down to the Food and Drug Administration. But tradition is a ritual, invading the soul.
When is the last time you heard this hip hop on the radio?
Music is the food that heals your soul.
I would like to order
wonton soup, please. Free the masses, no preservatives, all natural, classic material.
No MSG, no preservatives, all natural.
Free the masses, no preservatives, all natural, classic material.
We give you classic material.
The masses, classic material.
I got a sweet tooth. I need some Toblerone, some Symphony, some chocolate. Shit! Usually stay fiending for what's chocolatey, but no sweets today, just some broccoli. Now ingest the whole stalk, not just the part. You hear one curse word and put the song on hard, but the message still coming, quite like human. Gotta take a few bites for your sight, what you are chewing. Gotta experience life likely to know what you are doing. Highlight the ingredients, know what you consuming. Only certain verses are digestible.
You probably know the feeling. Sweaty, fast breathing, quick heart rate. That's a cortisol spike. It feels awful, and its imbalance is the cause of your anxiety. Rebalance Health's 3-part anxiety system helps address it at the root. Rebalance Health lozenges are natural and designed for optimal absorption, providing 24-hour relief. Live life fully without feeling like you're fighting for it. Get 50% off your first month with code CALM23 at rebalancehealth.com.
Mental Salvation Radio. I have no idea what just happened with that song, but at the top of the hour, you heard Erykah Badu, Orange Moon, live at the Cognac Blues Passion Festival. That was in 2013. And followed by that was Wonton Soup. And that song, or that group, is called DPE. And that was myself, Enoch. So it was Don Good, Princes of Controversy, Enoch 7th Prophet, gave us DPE, Dope without the O. And that group project we put out, came out, that group project came out 9 years ago. So, yeah, I thought it was a dope project. So yeah, welcome back, Mental Salvation Radio, season 4, podcast number 31. Now, you're reading the topic. You're reading what probably the title of the show is, and it's called Second Shot. Second Shot. That is what the title of the show is. Second Shot. How did you feel when you got your second shot? Did you what was the effects of your second shot? Did you have a first shot? But I want to deal with the second shot today. And I'm going to do that when I come back and tell y'all some stories out this joint. Aight, peace. See you later.
Make it on your own.
Elevation Radio. That group is called Shalimar. The song is called The Second Time Around. So the year was 1992. September 25th. My son Deontay was born. I was a almost high school graduate, about to graduate from high school. And I was about to be a dad right out of high school. And when my son arrived, I had to now try my best to be a dad, right? And I fucked up places. I had my mistakes also. But within that process, let me go back into the story. He was born. I had to now get a job and try to find ways to make money. One day, I didn't have no money for Pampers. I tried to steal Pampers out of Safeway. So if you're from the Washington, D.C. area, you know what Safeways are. All right. And I got caught stealing Pampers. And I wasn't allowed back into that Safeway again. Right? As time progressed and I still knew I had to get a job, I got a job at, ended up getting a job at KFC. Me and the mother was on good terms and not on good terms. It was just rough and rocky. All right. I was 19. She was 16. Right. And having a new child and about to graduate high school and still in high school, there was some things I did wrong. So I had to pay child support. Within paying child support, you know, if you out here paying this child support, they can shake out you by the balls. It will have you by the balls for about 19 years. All right. If you back up in child support, they're going to lock you up. All right. So I ended up leaving the DC area, headed down to South Carolina, where I went to school at Voorhees College, Denmark, South Carolina, and left my son up here with his mom, and she had to figure it out for herself in a sense. I was around, but I wasn't around. I didn't share responsibilities like I should have shared responsibilities. I was just doing all type of the wrong things that I thought was the right things. And within that process of me doing the right things and the wrong things, you know, me and his mom would get into it all the time. We will verbally have verbal volleyball with each other, back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Whether they were good words exchanged or bad words exchanged. And during that process, again, you know, being away from home in South Carolina, and mom's is up here, you know, trying to figure it out. I was trying to figure it out, you know, and I live with those mistakes or regrets or whatever have you. Now, my grandmother helped raise my son.
You probably know the feeling. Sweaty, fast breathing, quick heart rate. That's a cortisol spike. It feels awful, and its imbalance is the cause of your anxiety. Rebalance Health's 3-part anxiety system helps address it at the root. Rebalance Health lozenges are natural and designed for optimal absorption, providing 24-hour relief. Live life fully without feeling like you're fighting for it. Get 50% off your first month with code CALM23 at rebalancehealth.com.
My education would cost $42,000, but with VA benefits, I'm paying $0. VA covers my tuition, supplies, and housing, and it can cover yours too. Get what you earn. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
You know, when his mom and their family moved from the area, you know, my son was living with my grandma for a while I was still in school. And coming back up, you know, I didn't want nothing to do with his mom. We was always going back and forth. We was always beefing and shit, you know, and that joint is not healthy. It wasn't healthy, right? It wasn't healthy at all to always be beefing with this person. Back then, we thought it was the good thing to do because I hate you, you hate me, take care of your son, you ain't doing shit, boom, 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 blah, 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 right? And 50% or 65% of that is my young mind, immaturity, and young mind, immature shit. That's what it was. As my son got older, we had a relationship, right? As he got older, we start to have miscommunications. So we sat down, we talked it over, we apologized to each other and moved forward, right? So I always said to myself, oh, and on top of that, I wasn't living in the same living quarters as him to watch him grow, develop. I went to some Lamaze classes. I was there in the hospital when my son was born. I was able to hold my son, you know, watch them clip the umbilical cord. You know what I mean? I was there for that processes, you know. So I was there for those important milestones in the beginning, you know, there. And then things fell apart. Things fall apart. And they did. So, and we tried our best to be friends, and it just, you know, shit didn't work out. It is what it was. As my son got older, we have a relationship, but it's not as what it should be, right? But it's getting there. It will get there, right? It will get there.
You are listening to Chakra Music.
Save money, but our souls for sale. Cost of living spilling over like the road from hell. I'm alone like Moses, ducking bullets from the cops. A commuter liability. If you pull up, they stop. drop. Rolling blunts the size of somebody's pinky. Cause I don't wanna get too high while others sinking. I care more now, maybe it's age. I used to burn incense, now I burn sage. They walk around holding their cage with the face passcodes. Got us confusing this rage with being assholes. Mercury retro, some of these fires need petrol. Some will be inspired, some realize they need to let go. Not saying I don't have mistakes that need to mend. I beat the odds and then defeat was even waiting in the wind blowing. Like the flute, like the calm before the storm. I might compute, but that don't always mean I'm on. Off of the topic with Enoch, we split the profits with a king and God knowledge. Dropped out of college, mom and pops was out of pocket. And I wasted that 20 years forward a man. I'm trying to take it back. Fuck it, I'm great with that. Arrived a little late. Trying to see Phoenix and Helen on international play dates.
I care more now, maybe it's age. I used to burn the incense, now I burn the sage. Standing on the balcony, burning this J. My mind drifts away, takes me back to yesterday. Times I remembered, getting chased by the neighborhood bully. Looking like Ralph from New Edition. Imprinted in my memories, stay in my lane. Drive slow, cruise control, no wildin' out no more. I suppose that comes with maturity. Devils can't put no fear in me. When that man in the mirror looking at me, profit. I keep it digital when I speak to Quan. On many topics, the option is to give you knowledge. I care more now, maybe it's age. I used to burn the incense, now I burn the sage. Standing on the balcony, burning this J. My mind drifts away. I care more now, maybe it's age. I used to burn the incense, now I burn the sage. Standing on the balconies, burning this J. Takes me back to yesterday.
Podcast number 31. So, as I was mentioning, you know, me and my son's relationship is not as where it should be, right? Not where it should be. Let's say that it's not where it should be. Now, with that being said, I'm talking about like second shots, second chances. If you had a second shot at whatever it is, personally, publicly, whatever have you, what's going on privately in your life. If you had a second chance or a second shot, how would you be? Would you do better? Now, would you feel some type of way because you didn't give your all to your first shot? Like you didn't put your all into it the first time, because maybe you wasn't mentally prepared for it, or financially ready, or spiritually ready for that mission of whatever it is, or you're just young, so you didn't put all, or you didn't have the know-how and the knowledge and the wisdom and the understanding to say, oh, if I put my all into this, boom. But we don't know that when we put our all into our first shot. We don't know what the outcome is until we get deep into what we're doing and what we are trying to appreciate. I played at the top of the hour, Shalimar, the second time around. They were talking about love, getting his second shot at love, because the first time he didn't know what love was that first time. He didn't know how it felt and didn't know how to appreciate it the first time. So the second time around, he put his all into it. Right? So would you feel a certain way because you didn't give your first all, your all? And I'm saying that because on March the 29th, 2021, I was given the opportunity and the second time to be a better father to Divine Wisdom Rose, to be in the same company all the time, seeing her grow, going to the doctor appointments, going to before doctor's appointments, seeing how well she was doing in the womb, looking at the scans, looking at things as she grow and develop. Looking at mommy grow and develop. Now, my son's mom, I saw her grow and develop when he was in the womb. I was there when he was born. But now we have a second chance to do better. And I think I am doing better from the knowledge that I gained from the first shot to apply in the second shot. So we can be in a better place. So we can be in a better state of mental health, physical and spiritual health. So that's where it is. It's like, do you give your second? Are you in your feelings that you're giving your second shot more attention than you did your first shot? When we talk about marriages, some people get divorced, and then when they remarry, they're better. And then you'll think to yourself, damn, why I ain't give my all in my first marriage and shit? Why am I giving it all in my second marriage? You know what I mean? And that's how I feel going into relationships. Because you may fuck up an entire relationship, but then that next relationship, you putting your, you know what I mean? You putting your nah I mean in it. And then that person who you used to date can see a glow on your face, or can see that you lost some weight. You know what I mean? You getting your spirit and your mind back and shit. The second shot. Do you feel a certain way that you giving your second shot a better chance than your first shot? We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio. Mental Salvation Radio. We're having some like musical, technical difficulties for some reason, but we still gonna rock this whole joint out. I tell you that. So, getting back to the story, this is podcast 31, season 4, and we gonna run through these hiccups and mistakes, because nothing ain't gonna stop the shine, and I keep telling y'all that. So, are you in your feelings about how well you are giving your second shot? You know what I'm saying? And do you think do you think your first shots are upset, or shit? I can't even talk today. Is your second? Do you think your second shot is upset with you for not giving your first shot all that you gave it? Do you think, you know what I mean, that person is in their feelings? I probably would be in my feelings, but when it comes to my second shot, I am honored and pleased that I am giving this opportunity again to do better. That's all I'm saying. It's giving me an opportunity to do better than I did the first time. So the relationships that you may have in your life, and the relationships that you may have screwed up in your life, and you're given that second chance and that second opportunity to do better and to be better, why not do that? So going back into the story of March 29th, 2021, the date of my daughter Divine Wisdom Rose, seeing that whole transition happen. Mind you, when I was first shot, I was 19. I don't remember certain things at that moment. Like, there's certain things I can't put a finger on, like certain little things, because maybe I was mentally there and not there, or not mature enough to grasp, take it all in and say, "Ooh, this is dope." You know, seeing my son come out the womb, I was like, "Ooh, I've never seen that before ever in my life." That joint is crazy. To be 19, hospital, seeing your girlfriend at the time have your seed, you're looking and you're like, a head comes out of that jump. I said, "Ooh, that's crazy. Oh my God." Ooh. So now, the second time around, I have another opportunity to be there, to see it, to absorb it, to understand it, to hold it dear. You know, because the older we get, the more mature we should become, right? So hearing her cry, cutting the umbilical cord, because I didn't cut the umbilical cord the first time. Cut the umbilical cord. Follow the doctors around to make sure they're taking care of her. Why is she crying? Why is she this color? Or what is this on her leg? Or I was very into it. You know, she was a pool baby, meaning she was a C-section. She was a pool baby. Seeing her come out, cry, oh my gracious, have all this hair. Wild experience. Second shot. How can I make the second shot better? You know, maybe starting a bank account, because I didn't do it the first shot. You know, everyone being under the same roof at the same time, because I didn't do it the first shot. Giving another shot to be better, to be more involved. You know, and I want to salute all the moms who stay at home with these children, and the grandmamas who stay at home with these children, and the auntie mamas who be staying home with these children, and the friend mamas who be staying home with these children. And then you are working at home too. That shit is hard. My gracious. Divine she needs her time when I have her. You feel me? Like, I can't answer no phone calls. I can't text you back right away. I can't finish my work that I'm doing, because now I have to spend time, because Divine wants her time. So I understand when the mommies be like, "Girl, I need a break, girl." But I understand it, because I see the process that women go through, single moms, stay-at-home moms, work moms. And guys just don't understand, I don't think, at times, like, mama need a break too. You know what I'm saying? So doing my second shot, giving mama a break more. First shot, I ain't give mama no break. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thought process with that. You know, giving myself another chance, you know, the Most High giving me another opportunity to be better the second time around. You know, and I think that's beautiful, to have that opportunity to have a second shot, and realizing that, hey, dude, you got a second shot, so don't screw it up. Don't screw it up. Thank y'all for tuning in to another installment of Mental Salvation Radio. It's Enoch 7th Prophet. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back out. This is the shortest show that we've done, that I've done. But I wanted to just just tell you those stories, because the outcome is the best outcome. What we can do on our second shot is be the best at our second shot. Some of us get 3 chances. Some of us get 4, 5, 7, 10 shots. You know what I'm saying? And each shot you should become better. Each shot you should be able to do what you do. But my second shot and my second opportunity is to be a dad. And to be the best dad that I can be, want to be, see myself as. And I'm also a grandfather, so, you know, you may hear me say the granddaddy, It's a Grandpa Daddy Club. You know, Miss Chris from Black Women Connecting Communities. She was like, "Oh, you Grandpa Daddy." Yeah, so I'm part of the Grandpa Daddy Club. At any rate, oh man, at any rate, and that is it to be the best dad possible, you know, while I'm given this second opportunity. So I give thanks for that. Thank y'all for tuning in to another installment of Mental Salvation Radio. I'm Enoch 7 Prophet. This is season 4, episode 31. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys for listening to this podcast, listening to all the podcast shows, and especially today's show when I had my musical difficulties. We still worked it out. We still gonna do what we do. And like I always say, the sun always still shines, no matter how dark or cloudy or rainy or snowy it looks. The sun will always still shine. Always, always, always. Mental Salvation Radio. I'll check y'all out next week. www.wowradio.net/M as in Mary, S as in Sam, R as in radio. Peace.
You probably know the feeling. Sweaty, fast breathing, quick heart rate. That's a cortisol spike. It feels awful, and its imbalance is the cause of your anxiety. Rebalance Health's 3-part anxiety system helps address it at the root. Rebalance Health lozenges are natural and designed for optimal absorption, providing 24-hour relief. Live life fully without feeling like you're fighting for it. Get 50% off your first month with code CALM23 at rebalancehealth.com.